Hey everybody, this is Pramita here, and I am here to do sort of a crafts with me kind of video. So if you like to see this kind of video, then please stick around and subscribe to my channel. This is a design team project for Nevermore Creations 17, the Lindsey Zenor's design team, and I'm so proud to be on her design team this time. And I have been working with some of her kits, like I think she has this Fragmenta Botanica and Beauty of the Earth. I think some are from Fragmenta Botanica and the others are from Beauty of the Earth. I'll put a link to all her kits below, as well as to her shop and YouTube channel. I don't think it's necessary, but Lindsey is an awesome lady who chose me to be a part of, and it's an honor, you know. I am such a newbie. I'm still learning a lot, and I like Lindsey's style because she has this kind of, she had made junk journaling concept a very approachable way, and that suits me fine. So what I've done is basically I do have a lot of as you can see, I have printed out these into, some are into like journaling cards like this. Okay, so this journal is the one that I'm making, is already spoken for, and I'm just going to show you what I'm planning on doing with the, you know, the journaling cards. I need to stitch them, and before I go further, I need to complete and give you an update. So these are some journaling cards that I have layered on book pages, and some I have just layered on you know, coffee dyed papers, because I generally like to do that. Some are layered like this, just to give a border kind of thing, and I think this is one of the most beautiful image from the kit, and this is another one. So I am going to layer these up, like this is a first layered on a book page, then maybe I'm going to layer that on a cardstock, and then I'm going to put this on a page as a tuck spot or you know, pocket sort of thing. So the person who is going to get this journal is pretty new to the junk journaling concept, so she doesn't want a lot of fuss, you know. It has to be very simple and usable for her. She's going to keep a daily record of her life, and she's pretty old. She's around you know, around 70, so she wants to keep it very simple and fuss free. So, and I think Lindsey's kits are such you know, they have a flexibility to them, like they can be made into a very complex kind of composition of sorts. Like you can layer stuff up and add fabrics, and then you can build that up, and you can also keep them very simple, and that's a unique way. So what I generally do is I have, just like this, I have layered cardstock, not a cardstock basically, that's also a kind of printable, and I've used that, and what I'm going to do is I have layered that on top of a book page, and what I generally do is I'm going to take these decorative scissors and I'm just going to snip these off, so we will have this cool staggered kind of look. Now if I want, I can layer this once more on a piece of fabric, as you can see, and now I can ink the sides up. So what I intend to do is I can ink this up. Now I can't find my inks. Okay, so sorry guys, everything's in a mess. So this is going to be a nature themed kind of one, and I am going to ink this up, okay, and you'll see how they come out. And this is vintage photo, so I'm just going to slightly ink this up, and I've learned this technique from Lindsey. she makes things so simple and approachable. I really admire her a lot, because junk journaling can be very complex too if you are new to the total concept. I mean, I am pretty new, so this is how I have inked this up. And now if I want, I can stacker this up on a piece of paper, or maybe on the page itself. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Or I might put this on this tag. So this is going to be a layered kind of tag. So I can just glue this up, or stitch this up rather, and make this work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the back. I'm not going to put a ton, because I'm going to stitch this, and I just need this to be on. So this is going to be like so. So I'm just going to put this, and I'm also going to show you how I have worked on the pages. So I'm just going to ink this a little bit slightly, because the lady who's going to get it doesn't like too much of grungy grunginess. She wants to keep it, her favorite color is green, and this is also again sort of, you can say, a tribute to Lindsey. So this is the paper stack that I'm using. I'll go through that very quickly, and then again I'll show you what I've done. These are some of the digital papers from Digital Curio. Lindsey had shared this as a freebie in her group Nevermore Creations on Facebook. Sorry, I'm having a cup of tea right now. So what I've done is I have printed them out, and they came out so well. And this is the lady's favorite color, this green, and she wanted these in her pages. So this is just as she desired. This is not totally my concept. So what I've done is I have used another kit from Lindsey, which is Ledger. I think this, and frankly speaking, the lady, she fell in love with this image. She loves these images, and she is pretty happy to get them. So what I've done is, basically, this is an A4 size. This is 5.5. I think I need to check this. Let me tell you the inches. So this is a 0, and this is 5.5 by 5.5 by, I think, 6, 8. 5.5 by 8. So this is a full size journal basically. So there has been basically no cutting around with these papers, because she wants a wider space to write on, and she likes lined pages or graph pages. She doesn't want white pages. So what I've done is I have just stitched some lined pages to back these papers up, and I think they look pretty good. So I'm using, there will be 2 signatures in this journal. So I'm using these papers. I'm just going to go through them very quickly. And I'm going to put some pockets like so, like the lady would love some pockets. So I'm going to stitch some pockets around like this. So on my sewing machine, and she can put something over here. Everything will come like that, or maybe I can put something like a tuck spot at the top. She wants a very simple kind of thing, and I'm working towards that. So this is going to be this, and I think this goes very well with the greenish tone with this. She will love it. She already has approved of the signatures, what I've done to them, and I will be using a lot of other pages also, some from diary book pages and stuff like that. So these are the papers. and some lined pages. Now I didn't have too long a lined page, so I had to stitch and extend the pages, and I think it looks pretty good because this adds a little bit of interest on the page itself. So I have done that, and these are some grid pages. This is from Lindsey's Ledger flower kit, and this too is from that, and then this is there. And I have also used two this is from a botanicals diary kind of thing, and this has very thick cardstock, so, and I think this goes pretty well with the floral thing, and she can make lists or write something like so. So these are the papers in one signature, and these are some of the other papers. This is another ledger paper, and I think basically they break down the monotony of the greens. That's also very important because otherwise it's going to be too greenish. I wouldn't like to have that. These are some scraps that I have, and I had promised this lady that I'm going to include them as notepads and tags, extra journaling paper. I'm not going to add them in the journal itself, stitch them in the journal itself, but I am going to include them in the journal as extra writing spaces. So that's that. And of course I'm going to add these ephemera bits and pieces like this. And what I've done is I have already glued some of the images from Lindsey's kits, and I'm going to show you that how I have staggered these up, and yeah, like I am going to stagger this up maybe on this. So this is also a piece of printable digital scrapbook paper from Digital Curio, which came in that greenish the kit that I have shown you in this paper lot. But I've only what I've done is I've coffee dyed this paper and I've baked it, and since I have printed them as on a laser printer, this has not distorted in any way. So I'm going to layer this up on this, and I will be back with the second part showing how I have worked through the ephemera. I've stitched through them, and then now I'm going to glue them and show you how I work through them, because sewing and filming is not my cup of tea. I'm still learning the process. Maybe I will do that eventually, but not right now. So I will be back and showing you a part 2 and maybe a part 3, whereby I will show what I've done to the ephemera and how I'm using them in the journal, so that you get different ideas and like how to use them. Because I prefer more of ephemera in a journal kit than the journal pages. It's a personal choice. It's up to you how you like it. Because I think the ephemera can be used in different manner. You can add tuck spots, pockets, make journaling cards, tags, whatever. It's more flexible in that way. So I might make a few envelopes also and add these as interest, and I'll show you what I've done to them. So this is the end of the first part, and this is going to be an ongoing process, so be tuned. If you want to see the second part, then please subscribe to my channel and support me. I do have an Etsy store. I did talk about that, and I'll put a link to all the things that I've been talking about, and please check them out, see how you like them. So bye now, have a great day, bye.